What's up guys, it's Brandon Johnson from Used Boats TV, and today we're going to take out a 98 33 Rinker Fiesta Vee in a freaking rainstorm to show you how to work it. Climb aboard our cruisers, we come back here in the starboard aft walkthrough and we turn all of our batteries on. So right inside of here we have our house battery on, dual batteries with a switch that we also turn on. To fire it up, you just turn the key and it'll start right up. If it hasn't been started in a while, same way here, if it hasn't been started in a while, you're going to want to go ahead and give this a couple pumps, and as you turn the key here, you're going to want to pump on this. That'll give it a nice prime to get fired up. So once both engines are fired up good, come back to neutral and let it warm up, and then you're good to take off. Okay, now that we have our boat on the water, we know how to start it. Let's look at our gauges. So we have our volts, engine temp, fuel, depth, fuel, engine temp, volts. So we got port side, starboard side, oil pressure, tilt and trim. So tilt and trim gauges, as most every boat, don't work correctly. So all the way down is 3/4 of the way up. We'll go ahead and trim down and show you. But you can tell a significant sound difference when they're all the way down. They just kind of scream at you, stop. Here's our tachometer for the starboard motor, our engine sync. Now don't ever worry about trying to line these up perfect. That's why they don't hardly do it anymore. Speedo, RPM, tack for the port side, trim, oil pressure. Let's look at our buttons and switches. So right here we have a clock with the face broken. Right here we have a little light. See that? And then it's power. So we can kind of move it around. See that up there? Shut her off. Right here's a little stereo remote control. Navigation light, driving at nighttime, red and green up front, white light in the back. Middle off, all the way down. Anchor light, stopped at night. Dimmer when those lights are on. Wiper doesn't work. Courtesy lights are in the inside, and they sell bulbs for those at O'Reilly's that are LEDs. Very cheap upgrade. Transom lights are back at the back of the boat. Spreader lights, I'm really not sure. I think they're in the arch usually. Yep, they are. Spreader lights. It's a good name for it. Horn, it's up there. Blower ventilates the engine compartment. You should leave that on anytime you're at idle speed. Bilge pumps automatic. Power engine hatch is right here. We've already seen in there. Accessories, God knows, sometimes at nighttime it turns on something funky. Right over here we got our power anchor. So let's just look up or down, up, bringing it back into place. You see that up there? Down, up. So how you know to work that is your depth. So right now we're at 31 feet of water, which is way too deep really to set an anchor. Typically you want to go in 20-foot water or less, and whatever your depth is, let's say it's 10 feet. Add a quick 10-second count to your feet. So 20 down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, up to 20, and then back up a little bit, and that'll be good. When you're ready to go, just go ahead and raise it. If you're stuck, pull forward and raise it up as you go. That's how you work the power anchor. Right over here, we have a ship-to-shore radio. We have our trim tabs. Be sure to refer to the video where I explain how to work trim tabs for that. So right here, we have tilt and trim on the motor, but on a cruiser, we're not trying to really get up on top of the water. So the steering is really smooth and easy. I'm gonna shut my windshield. That way if the kids are coming from the bow to the stern, they don't fall through the hole. So we got that right there. All right, we should probably head this way. So remember, docking this thing is real easy. Go ahead and put it in reverse, just to stop your forward momentum. I like to get my wheel going nice and straight, then I just use my shifters. So if I put one motor in forward, it's gonna push me over there. If I put one in reverse, it's gonna push me over there quicker if I give it a little gas. They say about 1200 RPM on your reverse motor should keep you in a perfect circle. So there we are. Just like so. Docking twin stern drives takes a little practice once you get used to it. It's hard to go back. So now we're gonna find what our top speed is and what our cruise speed is. So on a big cruiser like this, there's really no secret to making it plain, but you don't push it hard like you do a bass boat or a performance boat or ski boat, something like that. we're not in a hurry. That's why we're buying a cruiser. So we just go slow, steady, applied throttle, just like that. We just kind of let the boat, just forward momentum, catch up and tip the nose over. So nice and steady, a little more, a little more. A little more, a little more. Right here. And as you can see, we're just starting to float. Our boat's nice and wide. So our forward momentum carries the bow over the stem. Very, very smooth. Nice planing speed right here. Really, for a cruiser, that was quite impressive to plane that easy. And we're running nice and flat. Okay? Let's go and straighten her out a little bit. So right here really is a nice cruise speed. Right around 3,600 RPM. A little over 30, and we can cruise a little quicker than that if we want to. We got one of our tabs down holding up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring them all the way up, straighten her back out. Go ahead and push her harder. Full speed ahead. So at full speed, that's when you put the hardest load on the boat. That's when you know if it's gonna hit, miss, spit, sputter, you know, backfire, pop, fall on its face, and it doesn't. It runs extremely smooth right here. Full speed ahead. And of course I'll add the little GPS gauge in the bottom of the screen so you can see what it can really do. So we're full speed down, let's trim up. 1, 2. See how the boat's getting lift and getting up on top of the water. 3, 4. Now our speed's increasing. A little high there. So you know, close to 40, upper 30s is going to be our top speed. And that's as fast as we'd ever want to go in a big cruiser. Go ahead and slow down, same way with slowing down. So the nose doesn't shoot way up like that. Slow down nice and steady off a plane, okay? You can also put your trim tabs down when you come off plane to help keep her nice and flat. But the steering's nice, no issue there whatsoever. Boat runs great. All of our engine temps are good, staying nice and cool. Let's head back to the boat ramp. So even though it's a big old cruiser, really the operation is, you know, not a whole lot different than a ski boat. It's just way bigger. It takes a little more practice docking these things, but once you get it down, it's real easy. 55 feet of water, there we go. Let's hold this over my shoulder and head back to the boat ramp. Slow, steady, applied throttle. I have a customer that wake surfs behind a big cruiser. Can you imagine that? I can't. I would never try it. Ever. Look at that rooster tail coming off this bad gal. Look at the storm we're driving in. Look at the wake coming off the side of our big old cruiser. Look at the rain splashing me in the freaking eyeballs. Alright. Slow down. That's way too fast. I'm freaking out right now. Ooh, it's pounding on me. Oh Lord, that's cold too. Alright, we'll head back to the ramp. And I'll show you the systems down below here in just a minute. Now let's run through the main distribution panel systems. So when you're dockside, you will plug in the boat. The yellow cord's in it, plugs in the side of the boat. Turn your shore power on, okay? That's the button right here. Right here is our air conditioning system. And anytime you turn your AC on, you want to make sure that the pump pushes or pumps out water right over here, midship on the outside of the boat, port side. All these systems right here are all tied into your shore power and generator. So when it's on shore power, you can turn your receptacles on, your stove if you're using it, microwave, turn your battery charger on, your coffee pot, and your refrigerator. Okay, on, so let's shut it all off. Now, when you're ready to switch from shore power to generator, I want you to go ahead and turn everything back off so you don't put a load on the system. And then you'll turn your generator on, you'll come down here, start it, fires right up. Make sure that on the starboard side aft of the outside of the boat, it's pumping water. And you're good to go. So on, fires up. You hear it turn it and it fired right up. we're out of the water. So you should always turn your blower on first to ventilate the engine compartment. All these systems right here are directly tied into your battery. So we have lights, different things like that, your water pump, and your refrigerator. So when you're dockside, you can turn your refrigerator on. Over here, you can turn it on just when you're on batteries. But this will control all your systems, whether you're dockside or you have your generator on. Remember, when you shut your generator off, stop, turn everything off, generator off, plug it in, shore power on, then turn everything back on. And that's how you operate your main distribution panel.